This is a Alocasia, and the cultivar is Amazonica or Amazonica, and common names are African mask, African shield, elephant ear, Amazon elephant ear. There was something else escaped my feeble grasp, but the reason I'm showing this, other than to just have it available on YouTube, is I brought some of these into my yard years ago and they died. I didn't have much luck. I was trying to raise them because they're really kind of cool and exotic looking. So I basically gave up, and a year or two later they started volunteering everywhere in my yard. The plant that's in front of us in this 1 gallon, I did not plant in this 1 gallon. I haven't purposely interacted with these plants in at least 3 to 4 years, and over the last 2 or 3 years they have just sort of helped themselves. So I'll show you a couple of little clips of where they volunteered all over my yard, and that's kind of the theme of the video, is that they're just crazy in terms of being gregarious and establishing themselves on their own. And again, I failed at trying to raise them, so it's interesting that now they are doing things on their own terms and they're thriving everywhere. So I'll show you a few spots where they've just sort of popped up and helped themselves. But again, this is Alocasia, and the cultivar is Amazonica, and it's in the Araceae family. So we'll go take a quick look around at a couple of the other spots in the yard where they are. There's one that showed up in my soil pit where I make my potting soil. Little one just volunteered. And here's one in a pathway in my yard, just popped up out of the ground. There's some more in pots over here. Again, I did not plant these in these containers. They tend to show up. It's gotten to the point where now I pull them out of containers. I keep some, as many as I can, because I really like them. They're really good looking, but they help themselves. They just jump up, and it's interesting, they do prefer the rich potting soil to the more austere sand, but they still will jump up in the sand. So anyway, I thought that would be worth publishing a video on these. Again, not only just to document them, but to show that they I guess when they're happy, they're happy. And I'm in zone 10A, and they don't seem to be set back too heavily by the winter. They're almost kind of like caladiums, where they fade out briefly during, say, February, and then they come right back, pop up in the spring. So Alocasia amazonica.